Good morning, Vice Chancellor, sir. Amit Bhatt, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Reddy. How are you doing?
Ah, Fine, sir.
Morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
Badi.
morning.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Manu sir, I think we are good to go.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir. I think we are, because I think that Pramod is also there. So we can start if everything is okay from your side.
Yes, sir.
Because at 11 o'clock we have again meeting the other thing which has already been scheduled. So we'll go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bagli sir can start.
Yes, sir. Dear students, good morning and greetings to you from Dayananda Sagar University, Bangalore. Always create an awareness in students and technologies. On this path, Dayananda Sagar University, Bangalore, excited to have a webinar. The speakers will be speaking within few minutes about exploring AI engineering for tomorrow's innovators. Dear students, many of you speak on artificial intelligence and its future. Definitely, we are experts who are going to speak on it. I welcome all the panelists, and I wanted to give a brief introduction of our speakers. I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Amit R. Bhatt, Vice Chancellor, Dayananda Sagar University, Bangalore, who is setting the context of the webinar. Sir has done his engineering from MS University, Baroda, and MS from Duke University, US, PhD from NC State University, United States of America. Sir is having 30 years of industry and academic experience. And dear students, Sir is a founding faculty member of the Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of ICTs, and Sir has started a startup called 3P Computing, which is judged among top 10 startups of India. Sir has a 70 publications in journals of national and international report. And when we see, there is a lot to say about Dr. Amit R. Bhatt. Because of time constraint, I just given a 4-line gist of Sir's introduction. And Sir is passionate about artificial intelligence. And our next speaker would be Dr. Uday Kumar Reddy, Professor Dean, College of Engineering, Dayananda Sagar University. I'll give very brief introduction about Dr. Uday Kumar Reddy. Sir has done his PhD from National Institute of Technology, Trichy, a master from Vishwesvaraya College of Engineering, Bangalore. Sir has done his bachelor degree from Bangalore. Dear students, he is having a 27 years of academic as well as industry experience. Presently, Sir is a Dean of Dayananda Sagar University School of Engineering. Before it, Sir was a Vice Principal for Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering. And before that, Sir is a Professor and Head of the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning in B&M Institute of Technology, Bangalore. I would request, Sir, I would not be able to completely introduce because a lot of experience and lot of achievements are there. A brief introduction, you also can give self-introduction while you are taking a session, sir. I wholeheartedly welcome you for the webinar. And I have next speaker, Dr. Pramod Nayak. Dr. Pramod Nayak is currently working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Dayananda Sagar University, Bangalore. Sir is having over 14 years of experience, has completed his PhD from VTU Belgaum with the research title Study and Analysis of Matrix of DWT Processors He holds bachelor degree in electronics and electronics engineering. And importantly, sir has done his internship from DRDO, Bangalore. With this brief introduction, I would be welcoming Dr. Pramod R. Nayak for the session. I'll also be having a pleasure in welcoming our Chief Marketing Officer, Mr. Deepak Kaloke, for the webinar. I'm having pleasure in welcoming Mr. Manoj Kumar Jaina, Assistant Director Admission, for this webinar. With this brief introduction, I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Amit R. Bhatt, to set a context for the webinar. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bagley. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And good morning to all the students and their parents, and also very good morning to my DSU colleagues. This is a very exciting time for students. You are looking to go out from a small playing field of school into a very large ocean called a university. You know, there are many exciting fields for you to study from. AI, AIML, data science. In fact, AI has become part of all our teaching disciplines because, AI has become a foundational technology. So even if you join our aeronautics, we are going to use AI into those aeronautical streams. Same thing about mechanical engineering, because the mechanical engineering department is also hosting a course called AI and robotics. Now, before the whole concept of AI will be demystified by my very eminent colleague, our Dean, Dr. Uday Reddy, and our Professor, Dr. Pramod, let me tell you something about DSU. Now, DSU, the campus is located in Harohalli, and you should actually come and see, and you can also bring your parents to see how good an infrastructure it is. I have studied in Western colleges, and I have visited many colleges, institutes, and universities in Europe and US. But I think the infrastructure which is at DSU can match or beat any of those universities. It is put on 145-acre campus, most advanced labs, lecture theaters with the latest gadgets and tools to make the understanding better, and most of all, a very well-informed and equipped faculty members. We are going to have the state-of-the-art learning for you in all disciplines. And including, we put great emphasis on practical training. So we have project-based courses, lab-based courses, and our whole goal. And we invite speakers from outside. Almost every other week, we have one or the other speaker from industry to tell you all about the recent advances in their field. Now, in DSU, it is not only the education that we impart on our students. Of course, it is a major part, but we believe in all-around development of a student. So we have a lot of clubs, and we encourage students to be part of those clubs. We have a dramatics club, we have a film club, we have debate club, poetry club. I think just 2 days ago, we had a horror story narrating competition. So you will find that, this place is full of buzz of cultural activity. Of course, there is the dance and, all kinds of things that you can ask for. Along with that, we have got wonderful sports facility. We have got full-fledged cricket stadium. We have football pitches. We have got international standard basketball and tennis courts. So we have not left any stone unturned to see that a student get a holistic education, which is not only a bookish knowledge, but also soft skills, which includes good physical stamina, and ability to communicate with outside world. With this, and to tell you all about our wonderful AI initiative, I will now hand you over to my knowledgeable colleagues, Dr. Uday Reddy and Dr. Pramod. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a wonderful setting of a context. With this, I request Dr. Uday Reddy, the Dean, School of Engineering, Dayananda Sagar University, to take over a session. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Bagli. Thanks for the introduction, and also once again, I welcome all the students, aspiring students, and also the parents who have joined in this call. Absolutely, it is my pleasure to talk to each one of you about the Dayanand Sagar University and especially the School of Engineering. Now, before that, I would like to share some of the important information. I may not be, since I have very limited time with me, because since there are some crucial meetings which are there at 11 onwards. So probably I think a detailed on the emerging technologies and how things really that we try to shape the student careers. I think Dr. Pramod will be taking care of that. So let me also thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor for setting the nice opening remarks to all the students and parents who have joined on this call. And Sir has got wonderful experience, and with his guidance, a lot of things are shaping the entire university. And I hope you will see a great developments in the near future. And of course, it's already there, but I think there's always scope for improvement, and we are working together to make this a great impact as a world-class university. So with this, I think I will just share and let me share the in the slides. Just give me 1 minute. Just a minute, I think. One slide. Sorry for that interruption.
The screen is visible.
Just a minute. Okay, nevertheless, I think there's a slight glitch here. Now, what is important here is let me share some of the slides which are interesting to you. Myself, I'm Dr. Uday Kumar Reddy, which has already been introduced by Mr. Bagli, and I'm the Dean for the entire School of Engineering. And the founders and promoters of this great institution, the university, is Dayanand Sagar, late Dayanand Sagar, and also late Chandrama Sagar. And currently, the chancellor of Dr. D. Premchandra Sagar is the current chancellor of the university, and also the pro chancellor is Dr. D. Premchandra Sagar. And we also have a lot of joint secretaries for various, third generation of, mm, our chancellor and pro chancellor. Their sons and daughters are looking after as a joint secretary in the trust. And in the School of Engineering, we have totally 10 different programs of undergraduate programs, out of which uh, you see that the main programs which started in the year 2015, that is 2015-16, we started with 4 undergraduate programs of computer science engineering, electronics, computer science technology, mechanical engineering, and then 3 MTech programs. And later, every year, there is one or the other program we are adding into the School of Engineering. And very recently, till 23-24, we have added the AI and robotics. And in 24-25, we also have one more program called AI and data science. This is an additional one which we have. And if you see in 2021, there are 3 programs of data science, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So in total, we have 10 different programs of undergraduate in School of Engineering. And this is the thing that you see in terms of the intake, that what we have for every program. That is basically we have, for example, 60 intake for aerospace. For computer science and engineering, it is 720. For AI/ML department, remember, it is BTech in computer science and engineering with the specialization in AI and machine learning. So again, that is 300 intake. Similarly, cybersecurity 180, data science is 180, computer science and technology is 60. Then electronics communication 120, mechanical, AI and robotics, and AI and data science, they're all 60 each. And then we also have some 3 programs of MTech in a postgraduate, and MCA with 120 intake. And also, of course, we have a BC also of 120 intake. And in addition to that, we also have the basic and humanities sciences departments, which to cater all the engineering programs. Now, the important aspect that many parents and then the students, they'll have a lot of doubts, especially when, if you look at the whole 10 different programs, out of which 7 programs are all based on computer science or computing sciences in general. So the difference lies here. See, the broad general computer science and engineering is a broad the domain or the discipline which is there from 1990 in state of Karnataka, and then in India largely. And then later, very recently, we have added what is called this new age technologies on AI and machine learning. Now, when I say BTech in computer science with specialization in this, again, here 60% to 70% of computer science engineering, those things will be there as a part of the syllabus, which is essential to learn this in deep of AI, or it could be machine learning, because finally they're all under the umbrella of computer science engineering. But though we are, now AI was there in 1950 itself. But then now it is shaped in a big way due to the machine learning technologies. So that is where this AI come in a big way, and then the whole world is the AI is ruling the entire world today, and I think that is something. Now, what we do here is now a computer science engineering with specialization in AI and machine learning. Now, the focus will be from 5th semester to 8th semester. The focus will be narrowed towards AI and machine learning, but up to 4th semester, more or less, they'll be studying computer science engineering. Similarly, the cybersecurity and data science also, they are the other 2 courses. Okay, more focus from 3rd year onwards on cybersecurity and data science. Then coming to AI and data science, again, remember this AI is a broader perspective, and then machine learning is a subset of your AI. and data science is a part of AI. It could be a part of machine learning, because data science, I mean, all these three, the machine learning, AI, and data science, they are trying to overlap each other in terms of the technology that they use, and in terms of how they operate together. They try to overlap there. So here the focus will be more on AI plus data science, which gives a lot of emphasis. And I'm sure that this will be a wonderful program, which probably will be starting this year. Now, AI and robotics is another area today. If you see the defense applications, you talk about any application in terms of agriculture, you take railways, you take the aerospace related, the robotics plays everywhere today a lot of importance role. So that is where you have this AI in robotics, because without intelligence, and then robot, alone cannot work. You need to have some kind of intelligence where we can give to the robots, and the robot will act, with a lot of intelligence, and things will happen in every aspect of our life. So that is where this focuses. And the core branches is the mechanical engineering. Then we also have electronics and communication and aerospace. So these are additional, which I'm sure that many of you will already know that. And here, one thing that I need to emphasize to all the students and parents is whether see, even if you take aerospace or mechanical, though we say mechanical engineering, the students of all these core branches also, they learn of this AI component and robotics component, and also this data science component, as a part of the curriculum, so that no student is left behind without the knowledge of this AI, or it could be robotics, or it could be data science related. Okay, so that you have flexibility. A bucket of courses will be available from third year onwards to every student, and they'll be able to choose on the choice, because we have opened up a number of courses which student can choose. So it's more towards the NEP related, and we have wanted to ensure that our students are not deprived in providing whatever facilities that are that needs to be given for the students for the benefit, so that end of the day, the student, either they should be able to hire within the campus placements, or they should be able to reach out to the higher studies in abroad, or it could be within Indian top universities, and then starting their own enterprises. So these are the three broader tracks that we are looking in majorly in every program, that when you take of the engineering programs. Now, I will not take much time here. Just there's slides which shows some of the faculty achievements, and one is there are great achievements from the student point of view. They will be participating in top hackathons. Maybe it could be the Google Summer Code, one of the in the across the globe it happens, and some of our students have won that, and then they have earned some cash prizes in that. Similarly, in the companies, Unisys Innovation Program, the Smart India Hackathon, they all won. Even very recently, last year, our students won the first place in IIT Kanpur, when the Smart India Hackathon happened over there. So like that, there are so many competitions, students will be participating, and a lot of every branch. If you see here, this is aerospace engineering students, and now she is from, computer science, and these are the data science related. Okay, so every other student, for example, this is the mechanical engineering students. So I'm just showing only the glimpse of it, but you see, as Vice Chancellor was mentioning, every week there will be at least a few activities. A lot of buzz will be happening in the, not only the teaching courses. Apart from that, the holistic development in terms of how to engage the students to ensure that they are not deprived in every aspect. Whether it could be technical, it could be cultural, it could be sports, and every activity of that needs to be taken care. Okay, so these are some great achievements which have been done, and these are the patents, done by the students, which is of, not every college, the opportunity will be provided. And here we have, wonderful facilities for the startup companies. We have the Atal Incubation Center funded by Government of India. And also we have Derby, our own Dayanand Sagar Entrepreneurship Cell, and where a lot of startups are available there. And these are other additional, internship where our students have acquired in top-notch companies and organizations. Okay, if you can just see that the logo which I mentioned here, the name itself will speak, how the students are very active in taking part of that. And these are some of the entrepreneurs who already started their own enterprises. Okay, and some activities, where students have won the prizes. And I think this is one, on the right side, what you see here is basically what our vice chancellor was mentioning. Every world class facility, as people sitting in US, people sitting anywhere part of the world, they'll be able to interact in this halls. Okay, that is the facility, the digital technology that has been enabled over there. And our management of Dancer University have really ensured that there's a world class technology is installed in the as an infrastructure, part of the infrastructure has been installed in the campus. And you can see live, and then see, you can probably I would suggest every parent and student to visit the university, just see all the facilities. That probably, I'm sure that you will really enjoy this campus. This is some of the achievements, in IITs. They have participated and they have won the first prizes. Okay, every student have been geared up, and this is a Smart India Hackathon who got first prize. Okay, and some of the glimpses of the cultural related. Okay, and a lot more activities. You see, these are some of the activities which have already been participated, various events, whether it could be in exhibitions, it could be on where industry people are talking to the students every week, at least in a month there will be minimum 3 to 4 activities from the industries will be there. These are some of the industrial visits on top-notch industries. Will make sure our students are getting hands-on experience, what is happening over there in the industry, and this will give some kind of a glimpse for you, where every department is mandated that they have to visit to the industry. Okay, I'll just run through a few slides, and these are some project exhibitions. And I would say the curriculum, what you undergo is something unique, which is curriculum of tomorrow, not yesterday. And what I try to emphasize here is, a student can acquire the degree with a lot of emphasis on interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, the value-added courses. It could be internship related. Apart from that, the major degree, suppose if you are in computer science engineering, now a major, he or she can also earn a minor degree or a honors degree. When I say minor degree, a student additionally they have to earn 18 credits. Maybe he or she can take, if he or she needs additional other than computer science engineering, maybe in electronics, or maybe in mechanical, or maybe in in the humanities, or maybe in the music, whatever it is. So that is where this minor degree comes into picture. Similarly, honors degree, the advanced courses on computer science engineering. For example, if you are taken AIML, then advanced learning courses on AIML, this honor degree, another 18 credits you need to earn. Okay, so these are additional things which you get benefit, and this will give a lot of value to your career when you go outside from the portal of this institution. Okay, these are some of the initiatives, in terms of intelligence, the teaching part, and this is how it shows our placement statistics. I think wonderful placements are available, top-notch companies with an, I think this time it was 35 lakhs per annum, which was the highest package. And on an average, there will be around 6 to 7 lakhs on an average for, as an average salary for all the students. Okay, and there's some of innovation labs. This is another great impact of DSU, where School of Engineering is focused on innovation labs. Every department will have one at least one innovation lab where he or she can specialize in that. For example, when I say cybersecurity, there will be a great cybersecurity laboratory, and you can see the benefit, a lot more benefits. Every industry will be attaching to our laboratory. Okay. And as I said, the Atal Incubation Centers, a lot of activities are happening in AIC, DSU, and also, our Derby, the entrepreneurship cell, where the lot of industries have incubated, some of the enterprises, and our own students are also a part of this right now. And you can also be part of that. Suppose if you want to start your own enterprise. Okay. And these are additional, one of the every classroom is enabled with this digital technology. No more blackboard. Okay, please understand that this is something unique facility. Any real world examples can be showcased by the teacher at any point of time whenever the need arises. And that is where, this every classroom you see that wonderful facilities that you see. A classroom of 21st century, of what exactly that you require, this experiential learning that in reality. Okay, some of the top companies which already they have an MOU with us, and some of the awareness, a lot of, as I told you, holistic development, a lot of activities will be happening every week. So with this, I'll stop at this point, since I'm limited with respect to time, and I would request our Dr. Pramod Naik, who will be there to help you out to talk on the latest technology, especially on the AI related, and he is expert in that. And not only, there are many faculty that we have, other than regular faculty, there are faculty from industry background, a lot of industry background, where they would like to showcase, or other, you know give the industry skill, that is what is required. And wonderful faculty we have. Absolutely, you will really enjoy the great learning at DSU. All that I would request is, visit DSU and then see how things are happening, and you will see in reality, so that probably you will take some good moments of DSU later. So with this, thank you very much for your patient listening. And both to parents and aspiring students, I wish all the very best to each one of you. And thanks to Mr. Bagli for providing me an opportunity to showcase the School of Engineering at this point of time. And also the all others who are there on the panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Over to Mr. Bagli, sir.
You have wonderfully taken all the students to the campus. It was really great
Sir,
listening to
I
you,
think
sir.
your voice is not audible.
Hope now I am able to. I think hope you are able to listen to me, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Sir,
you.
it was wonderful. It was really great listening to you. You have taken us students to the entire campus. And as you rightly say, students should visit Dayanand Sagar University's campus at Harohalli, Kanakpura Road to experience the real international standards. With this, I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Pramod Naik to take over a session. Students are excited to listen on artificial intelligence, as you are expert in it, sir. Over to you, Dr. Pramod Naik.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Pramod Kumar Naik. Today, I'll just walk you through the various aspects of artificial intelligence. Let me not just restrict it in terms of just some PPTs, videos in it. I'll also show you some live demos. Parallelly, we'll also use the concept of Gen AI, which we are currently using in, and then how exactly you can also parallelly sit in your home and come up with some AI-based applications. So these are few of the things which I'll be covering as we go further with our today's session. Okay, so let me just minimize this and then walk you through what we have. So the highlights of the session is that initially I would take you through an small introduction on what is meant by artificial intelligence. Then followed by that, I'll cover what is meant by machine learning, how exactly the workflow of machine learning would look like. Then we'll take up some hands-on sessions on machine learning. Followed by that, we'll talk about deep learning. That's also a part of machine learning. We'll talk about big data analytics and then how exactly machines are being trained using Gen AI concepts. Followed by that, we'll also have some demo sessions on self-driving cars, how exactly the computer vision-based, LiDAR-based applications are being developed in industry. To be very specific, as sir was pointing out, we have a lot of labs. We have a software called as MATLAB, and there are, say toolboxes in it, which we'll be using it in our sessions where we'll be conducting some hands-on sessions using that. Okay, so let me just walk you through what is meant by artificial intelligence. So this is my profile. I think already sir has briefed you on this. Okay, so whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, it's basically your machines are trying to mimic what is called as human features, or we are trying to premise some machines which can exhibit intelligence in it, which can take decisions in it. Okay, so this is basically where fuzzy neural network or comes into picture. We also have deep CNNs also working in parallel. We have GANs which are working in parallel. Okay, so I'll keep things simpler. I'll not get in depth into various aspects. So to be very specific, whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, it's machines which are using the cognitive function to mimic human intelligence. So this would be a statement which we generally use whenever we are trying to define artificial intelligence. So whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, this would be the future where most of us have already used, say, Apple Siri, or it might be Microsoft Cortana. If I talk about Tesla, there is something called as Tesla Autopilot. I mean, we were amazed to see that, yes, there are cars which generally use only cameras, and then based on that, it can drive across the road. We also have Google Vimeo, we have Ford Argo AI. So these are few of the intelligent cars which are currently out there in market, which is not in testing, which is already out there in market in like US, UK. I'll come down to the Indian market also as we go further. We also have something like, say, Alpha Go, which is actually a Chinese chess where the grandmaster was defeated by an AI. Okay, so this kind of applications which are currently you will be able to see. So when we talk about future leaders, like when we talk about Bill Gates, he says that whenever you are able to come up with a breakthrough in artificial intelligence, or you come up with a new concept, and then that is being POC, or you are able to create a prototype out of it, it would be worth somewhere around 10 Microsofts. That would be the turnover of that particular company. Already we are able to see few of the companies which are able to take over. Like when we talk about NVIDIA, it's basically one of the platform which is being used where your AI algorithms are being deployed. You can see that they are already able to take a big leap in terms of Intel, or it might be in terms of Google. We also have Jeff Ross, who says that there is no institution in the world that cannot be improved by machine learning, and so has Mark Cuban. So these are few of the things which are being already being pointed out by our industry leaders who advocate that use of AI and artificial intelligence in business opportunities is very vital. Okay, so whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, you generally see that there are three subsections in it. So if I talk about artificial intelligence, it's the outer shell. Inside that, you would be able to see that machine learning, which is a subsection of AI, where you'll be using a lot of statistical techniques, like whatever you have studied in your curriculum, or whatever models you have used in. So that we generally use in terms of segregation. Say, whenever there is a child which is very small, they come and ask us questions like, what is that? What is this? Right? We tell them this is a frog, this is a lion, this is a dog. The same way we do it with machines also, right? So that's the concept of machine learning coming into picture. Later, there is something called as deep learning. So whenever we talk about machine learning, we tell the features which are out there. But in case of deep learning, the feature extraction happens automatically. Okay, so there is a CNN multi-layered neural network layer which is out there, which is already being trained with large amount of data, which will be like millions of images they use in, and then they train that particular model. So because of that, it will be able to do the classifications by itself. Okay, so whenever we talk about artificial intelligence by 2025, okay, I'm not going to wait till 2050, but by 2025, we will be able to see that it has been extensively used in transportation, logistics, healthcare, home maintenance, or it might be in terms of customer services also. Nowadays, you can see that Google already has come up with a customer service chatbot which can address your queries, which can talk to you, which can look into solutions to whatever problems which you are facing in. Okay, so the main objective is just to transfer some basic knowledge in terms of what is meant by AI and how exactly these applications are being deployed on platforms. So if you can just see here, these are few of the lab components which are there in our curriculum. We are talking about an NVIDIA Jetson Nano here, which has somewhere around 256 cores in it. Whatever AI computer vision applications are there, you can deploy on these particular hardware. If I talk about a normal, say, i3 processor, it will be having 4 cores in it. Okay, so such kind of applications we develop in, and how we develop the applications. And as a student, can I develop any applications? That also, as hands-on, will be just going through it as we go with our today's session. Okay, so to be very specific, whenever we talk about, say, deep learning, okay, it might be in terms of aerospace, it might be in terms of consumer electronics. You can see that most of us already are using voice assist. It might be in terms of digital healthcare, like Healthify is already being predicting your, say, food diet, what you have to have, and all such kind of things you are able to see. Nowadays, we also see that AI is being used in 5G, 6G, or it might be in terms of multi-standard communications where you're trying to recognize some drones or some signals which are being received. We talk about automotive also in terms of developing some self-driving cars, or it might be voice controlled or enabled infotainment. In case of industrial automation, especially during the COVID, you can see that Tesla was one of the factory which was not shut down. It was able to manufacture cars during the COVID synergy also. To be very specific, whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, it is divided into 3 phases here. You can see here, one is called as artificial narrow intelligence. The second is called as artificial general intelligence. We are currently here. And then we have something called as artificial super intelligence, which is also termed as ASI, where machines would surpass what is called as human intelligence. Okay, so whenever we started in 2015, as I was pointing out, we were talking about big data for machine learning. Okay, currently we are in 2024 where we talk about machine intelligence, where you are able to come up with ad hoc systems which can identify objects, detect various things, and so on. Okay, and then whenever we talk about artificial super intelligence, we are talking about machine having consciousness where it can do self-characterization and take decisions by itself. Okay, so these are few of the things which you would be able to understand, develop as we go further with our sessions also. Okay, so there are 2 things which I am projecting here. You can see that on the right side, you can see that the pedestrians are being identified. There are cars which are being identified at what distance they are. It is also being able to identify the traffic lights, whether I have to move further or whether I have to apply brakes. So these are things which are running inside the ECU of a car. Okay, so on the right side, you can see that there is a Swayat robot, which is a self-driving car, which is indigenously developed in India. Okay, so you can see that the vehicle is able to move across, and then based on that, it is able to drive in a road where you can see that it's able to drive smoothly. And there is no one who is handling this particular vehicle. Okay, it is able to drive on a mud road. Okay, you can see that it is able to drive. Okay, so this is one of the application which is being already developed in Pune. Okay, so such kind of applications as a student, how exactly you'll be able to develop it. So these are things which have been added into your curriculum in DSU, and I'll show you a few of the demos or the lab experiments which we do, or the projects which are being done by this year batch students, which I'll be demonstrating as we go further. Okay, so you can see that it is able to drive, identify pedestrian. It is able to do it on a real-time scenario. Okay, I need not go to US and then talk about Tesla. I'm talking about a company in India which is able to already achieve it. Okay, so as we talk about this being used in sensors also. Okay, so everyone these days has a smart watch or a smartphone. So generally you can see that, imagine the number of people using smartphones. Okay, so the amount of data going into the cloud is very huge. Okay, so it might be in terms of holding your phone, and then based on that you tell what is your blood pressure. Okay, I'm not talking about a wristband, I'm talking about your phone. Can we do it? Okay, so we were able to come up with some patents. As we go further, I'll discuss on that part also. Using your phone, we were able to determine what is the blood pressure of that particular patient using some image processing techniques which are out there, where there is no machines which are being used in, like the BP monitoring machines are being used, right? So how exactly will be able to do that? Those are nothing but your smart systems which are being developed using AI, which would be a standalone system which would have networking capabilities. I can share my live data of my blood pressure with my doctor and then do a wide variety of analysis on it. Okay, so how exactly we generally do it is because there are sensors which are out there inside your mobile phones. So you have sensors like accelerometer, gyroscope, angular velocity sensors, proximity sensors, and various other sensors. Okay, so these sensors capture our different vitals, and then based on that, we process and develop different machine learning algorithms which can take decisions on it. To be very specific, how exactly these wearable devices work? We have a smartwatch. Okay, when you turn on the smartwatch and wear it, it actually collects the data, and then through your phone, which is acting as your IoT gateway, it transfers most of your biometric data into what is called as a data service. So there'll be a lot of data scientists who will be working in on that particular data, where they do a lot amount of data analytics on it. Okay, and then based on that, they come up with some engagement boards which help you as a user of that particular watch to take decisions. Okay, so on those features, because already you can see that Apple has already got those
Tells
particular things into market. Let me just
time
walk you through this particular video, and then I'll take you to the
and
hands-on
takes phone
knowledge.
calls. This watch tells time and turns on lights and opens up doors. This watch tells time and communicates with satellites 12,427 miles above the Earth. It wakes you up and gets you onto subways and plays every Elton John studio album
Hey Siri, play Tumbleweed Connection.
ever recorded.
Play Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Play Madman Across the Water.
This watch tells time and sets timers and sets your pace and warns you when it's too loud. And texts your friends and opens portals. Kidding. It tracks your distance underwater and starts competitions and accepts challenges and tracks your workouts and tells you which direction you should be going and reminds you to breathe.
So these are a few of the things, like you can see that your smartwatches are being used in. Okay, so as we walk you through, I'll just go to the hands-on also, how exactly these applications are being developed. Coming down, there is one more new concept called as data analytics. As we talk about data analytics, it is nothing but whatever the data which is being acquired from you. Okay, we describe that data, analyze that data, and then based on that, we go ahead and predict it. To be very specific, you can see that there are two images on the right side. You can see that, imagine these kind of fit bands are being placed on a patient, and then it can tell you the different activity levels, like what kind of pain level the particular patient is being facing in. You can do a lot of video monitoring of it. Accelerometer can identify your blood pressure and various vitals, or it might be different sensors which can be, say, enabled with whatever smartwatches are there, and then it can act or assist the doctor in terms of say identifying or giving right decisions associated with it. It can be also being used in computer vision, which we will be taking as demos today. Say, for example, there are a lot of amount of CCTV cameras which are being placed across the uh, places, and then based on that, you identify that there is a terrorist in a specific location. You can see that these kind of applications can be developed using the facial recognition system in combination to that of computer vision and AI. Okay, so how exactly you can do that? First thing, is that you have to explore or access that particular large amount of data. So whenever I took an example of a kid, you said that this is a dog, this is a cat, right? The same way machines also has to be trained with large amount of data. So you have to have access to that particular data. It might be sensor data, it might be image data, it might be a video, right? So you have to access and explore that data. Once you explore that data, you do a lot amount of deep processing. Like if there is any noise in it, okay, you remove the noise content and then train the model. And then once the training is done, you go ahead and build what is called as machine learning models and then deploy it on various hardwares. Okay, so how exactly this workflow would look like? Okay, we'll discuss on that as we go further. What I'll be doing right now is that I'm switching to one of the software called as MATLAB. Okay, so I've written a few lines of code here. Okay, so you can just see here. Okay, I'm using one convolutional neural network, okay, which is being connected. So I have an extra camera which is being connected to my laptop, okay, and then based on that particular camera which is being connected to my laptop, I can just go ahead and run this particular program, and then it has to identify objects which are out there. Okay, so first model, I'll just go ahead with using an LXNet as a convolutional neural network layer. What it will do is that it will turn on this particular camera too. It will continuously capture images. It will resize that image because whenever you are passing the image through the LXNet, it will tell you that what is this image all about. And then it will classify that image with a name associated to it. Okay, so that is basically somewhere around 5 to 10 lines of. Okay, so you need not write some 20-30 lines of code. So I showed you initially a video where pedestrians were getting detected. So to do that, you just write a small amount of code where you tell that particular whatever image is being there, I want to identify that. So this is the CNN layer which you are using in. So when you pass it through this particular say CNN layer, it will identify what is that object. Conditions apply, that object has to be trained using that particular CNN model. Okay, so to be very specific, this MATLAB software is a software which is provided by MathWorks, and each and every student in DSU, okay, has a licensed version of MATLAB software which will run on their laptop, which they can install it on their personal laptop. So this is how we have enabled the say usage of software in our campus. So let me just go ahead and run this. Okay, when you come down to our campus, I'll teach you how to write the code also. But for now, just 4 lines of code. And then it will take a couple of minutes. You can see that it is you can see that it says that project right, it says it's a notebook. Okay, let me just show the mouse here. Right, on real time you are able to see that. Okay, so I'll just increase the size. So you can see that you just saw that somewhere around 8 to 9 lines of code you are able to do that. So what I'll do is that I'll just keep it away. I'll just use, I'll turn it like this. You can see that it's telling it's a sunglass. Right, we can convert this into voice also, which will assist the blind people. That's one of the new patent, because we are filing that as the patent. I'm not able to show that as a demo until it's out there. But this is saying that it's a iPod. Okay, so it's saying it's a remote control. Let me just show you. Right, so whatever models which you have created in, let's see, we're selling a switch, right? So there is a lot of things here. Yeah, that's really cabin laptop, right? So on real time, you are able to determine what is called as it's a laptop. So my laptop is able to do that on real time. Okay, so let me just stop it. Yeah, just clear whatever is there. Yeah. So So this is one of the example which you can look into whenever you acquire the data, it processed it, and then it is able to identify that on a real time. Okay. Now let's get into the job market also. So there is a lot amount of say whenever we talk about data science, you can see that there's a large amount of demand in terms of data science. It started from 2020. Okay. So you can see that I'll talk about the average salary also. So you can see that in Bangalore only, currently today, we can see that there is somewhere around 40,000 job vacancies. Okay. So in Bangalore, and then I'm not talking about, say, other job portals like LinkedIn and it might be Monster. I'm just talking in terms of Naukri. That's the amount of job openings which are out there. Okay, in Bangalore. These are two of the different articles which you can refer into where they talk about how exactly data science is promising. That's by Andrew Dean. It's in Forbes. And then you also have the birth of data science generation. So these are two articles which will again give you more insights why you have to choose the right path, whether you want to get into data science, data analytics, or it might be AI robotics, or it might be AI data science. So all these briefing is being given in these two articles, which you can just look into. I'll share you these slides, which you can look into, and then you can get into those articles also. Okay, so as a data scientist, what we have to know is that you generally acquire the data, you perform lot amount of wrangling. That means if there is noise available in it, we remove the noise parameters and then make it a very precise data. We apply different mathematics on it, and then we build models out of it. It might be in terms of data visualization, it might be in terms of data reports, or it might be in terms of data products which you want to use it. So whenever we do this data wrangling, that's where your machine learning algorithms comes into picture, and these machine learning algorithms you would be extensively using in whatever models which you have. Okay, so now let's get into what is meant by machine learning. Okay, so it might be say numbers identification, it might be in terms of cars identification, it might be in terms of say self-driving cars, how exactly these applications are being developed. So let me just walk you through that as a hands-on also as we go further. So machine learning, basically it uses data and then it produces a program to perform a task. So it might be the images of a hat, mug, or a boat. So it identifies those particular things and then it classifies them. So how does that happen? That happens with two flows. So first thing is that it acquires the data, it extracts feature from it, it performs machine learning, and then it builds a model out of it. Okay. And then this particular flow is called as a training flow. And the second flow is called as what is called as your testing flow. Okay, so where you pass the image and then based on that, it does the classification for you. So in both the phases, you will be able to perform what is called as a training phase and the other is called as your classification phase. So let's get into some hands-on so that you guys also are not ideal sitting performing this operation in your place, what you're doing it. So what I'll do is, if you want to, you can parallelly work with me, or you can just go ahead and search for something called as teachable machine. Okay, so just go ahead and type something called as teachable machine. Okay, so if you are not knowing coding, need not worry. What I'll do now is that I'm getting into teachable machine now. So I have logged in into teachable machine. Okay, and then what I'll be doing is using this teachable machine, I would be able to develop or train a model which can identify the poses. It can identify whether it's a tree or whether it's a wing. It can identify voice. Okay, it can tell whether it's a clap or whether it's a mushroom or whatever. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, so are we good to go? So first thing is that I'm coming here and then I'll just say get started. Okay, and then you can choose any of this. Okay, you can try this for yourself later. What I'll do, I'll go with the first one, which is called as the image project. Okay, I'll just say standard model is enough for me. What I'll do is that I'll be using the available camera. I'll just say, I'll say class as, let me just say happy. Okay, and then I'll use the webcam. Allow this time. Okay, so already I'm using the webcam, so let's stop this. Webcam. Reload the page. Now you can see the webcam is being turned on. Okay, so this is me live speaking to you. Now what I'll do is that I'll hold some numerical values like 4 and hold it for record. So you can see that continuously I'm creating something called as training data. So you can also do it parallelly. Don't sit idle. So you can just go ahead and create training models or training data like this. Okay, and then I'll just say, I'll just give that as happy. Okay, and then I'll just use thumbs up as sad. So I'll just say webcam. I'll turn on the webcam now. I'll use the thumbs up now. Okay. So you can also parallelly try this in your home. What you're trying to do is that you're teaching a machine that if I hold thumbs up, it means that it is sad. Okay. So let me just reduce the size here. So here I have taken somewhere around 263 images, 245 images. Now I'll just go ahead and say train. So what you're trying to do is that you're trying to build a model which can identify images like this. So you want to identify a mobile phone, you want to identify any of the image for that particular matter, you would be able to do that on a real time. Okay, so you can see that it's training. You can just say wait. Okay, so once the training is complete, okay, you would be able to preview that. Okay, so you can see that it is training. And then finally, it will be able to identify that. Okay. So everyone just go ahead and check, because in my case, it's taking large amount of time, and then the data set is very large. You can also parallelly try with it. So whatever I just develop, you can just click on preview. Whenever you just show that particular thing on a real time, it will be able to identify that on a real time scenario. Okay, so let's wait for a couple of minutes. And I'll come back to this once the training process is complete, and then show you how exactly it is able to identify that on a real-time scenario. So I hope everyone would be able to try this. Please also try out with various things. Okay, it might be in terms of say it might be in terms of audio, or it might be in terms of video. Okay, anything you just want to try, you can just say, you can just go ahead and capture that particular things on a real time. Okay, so I'll just have and then say train model, and once the model is trained, you would be able to visualize the preview of it. Okay, so let it do it parallelly. Okay, so it's very simple. Please go ahead and try. You can do it with voice also. Okay, now let me just come down. So this is what we just did. We captured the data, we extracted features, and then it was doing the training. And then finally, once the model is ready, it will start identifying. So whenever you show thumbs up, it will say that it is sad, or whenever you say numerical 4, it says it is happy. Okay, so such kind of real-time applications you would be able to develop. What we have here is that you can see that there is a robo which is able to identify that this is a chalk of red, this is a chalk of blue. It is able to pick that on real time, and then it is putting in the ball of blue, and then similarly it will pick the chalk of green, and then it puts in the ball of green there. So on a real-time scenario, it is able to identify this. So this is where you can see that this is a combination of AI and robotics coming into picture, where you are able to capture the live images, and then it can do something called as real-time classification. So such kind of experiments we generally carry out in the what is called as the labs. So the next concept what we have is nothing but deep learning. So what is meant by deep learning? Deep learning is nothing but it's a type of machine learning where the classification task is being directly taken care by what is called as the CNN model. So it will be having something called as a deep neural network layer, which can perform different operations. So you might have seen this particular video by Sundar Pichai. Most of us know.
Progress with the assistant.
So he talks about how exactly an
As I said earlier, our vision for our assistant is to help you get things done.
Perform different tasks to be done.
It turns out a big part of getting things done is making a phone call. You may want to get an oil change schedule, maybe call a plumber in the middle of the week, or even schedule a haircut appointment. You know, we are working hard to help users through those moments. We want to connect users to businesses in a good way. Businesses happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background
You can
for
see
you.
that it's booking a real-time
So what you're going to
appointment for
hear
him
is
in
the
a
Google
barber shop.
Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
It calls up the hair salon guy, and then it
Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Mm-hmm. Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15.
right.
Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and
The video is
It's
lengthy.
over the
Okay,
now, which is
so,
not easily available to
this
book online.
is where
The
your
call
generative
actually
AI
goes
comes
a
into
bit
picture.
differently than the progress.
Okay, so at the back end, you can see that there is a CNN model. So when you pass the image or audio, it passes through these layers, and then it identifies that this is a cat, dog, or a cat. I mean, it might be a cake for that matter. Okay, so whenever you pass the images through a deep neural network, so like this layers will be there. Based on that, it gets identifies that this is a cat. Say it might be a cat, dog, flower, cup, tree, or so on. So these are called as labels. Okay, so you might have seen that how exactly a computer can visualize the image. Okay, so when you are doing the training, this is how the epochs or iterations, whenever you train it, a epoch or a CNN model is able to visualize the image of a cat. So you can see that at each epoch, this is how the image is being visualized by the CNN, and you can see that it will be able to identify that on a real time. Okay, so can you just guess what is this animal? Okay, so when I pass this particular, image through a CNN model, okay, within no time, few of you would say that it's a fox, but it's an Arctic fox. So in epoch 1 only, it is able to identify that this is the image of an Arctic fox. Okay, any guesses on the image? This is the image of a flamingo. Okay, so when you pass it to the CNN model on real time, it will be able to identify that this is the image of a flamingo. Okay, so you can see that we have different kinds of food, like it might be French fries, burger, pizza. So once you go ahead and train this, you can see that we have just written a small line of code here. And then once you take a live camera, which we have, which I have already demonstrated. So now we have it for different say food items. You take a live camera, use that same piece of code, and then when you pass that particular code to the CNN model and then show the images, it can identify that this is a French fries, this is a hot dog, this is a burger, right? So like this applications you would be developing when you take up say subjects like AI and okay. So with just few lines of code, you are able to build applications like this. Okay, so it can be used in variety of applications. It might be in terms of CNNs, it might be in terms of speech recognition, it might be in terms of say temperature forecasting, it might be in terms of identifying the right vegetables and so on. Okay, so like this on a real-time scenario, you would be able to do that. Next comes something called as Internet of Things, which is also part of AI. And then this gives you a live example of how exactly AI is being used. So most of us would have used what is called as your Google Maps. I enter two locations, and then when I'm traveling, it tells that which road is clean and which is not. So all such kind of applications are simple examples for what is called as your IoT. So IoT is nothing but you have a lot of sensors, things, or devices or electronic devices which are being connected to internet, where there is an excess of or exchange of information which happens in, which is also a part of your curriculum where you would be studying different kinds of things. Now, whenever we talk about IoT, you have a lot of amount of sensors. These sensors will collect the data, and then once the data is being deployed in the cloud, which forms your historical data, a data scientist will or a machine learning engineer will take that particular data, would apply machine learning on it, and then based on that, he would come up with the exploratory analysis of that particular data. So this is how your Internet of Things would work on. And then based on that, you can deploy different kinds of applications and algorithms on those, say, nodes which are there. Say it can be used in terms of weather monitoring. Say we have something called as a weather station which is there in US. From there, I can capture the live data and then visualize this particular data on the real time. So these are a few of the lab components. I think most of you would have used Arduino boards. So using that, you would be able to capture the live data sensor data in India. Next comes something called as generative AI. So in case of generative AI, as per the Goldman Sachs, you can see that there is, most of you would have used ChatGPT to write your assignments and so on. So by 10 years down the line, you can see that it will generate the GDP by 7 trillion. That's the estimate which is being given by the company Goldman Sachs, which talks about generative AI is going to be the next era. Okay. So whenever we talk about generative AI, you have to basically talk about the organizations which are generally using it, or it can be use of these particular generative AI techniques to be used in various technology which are generally trying to use. Okay, so teachable AI, as we just discussed, so you can see that we have different courses which are being out there, and then based on that, it will give you the preview whether it belongs to category 1 or it might be belongs to category 2. I think most of you would have tried it by now. Okay, so you can just try it on your own. What kind of applications we are able to develop? You can see that we have our students working on it, and then it's able to identify whether that particular person is happy, neutral, sad, okay, or it might be in terms of using it for identifying the facial. Okay, so you can see that it's able to identify the name with its student. It might be on a photo also. It is able to tell that this is Mohammed, this is Varsha, or so on. Okay, and then whenever we talk about these applications being deployed on hardwares, you can see that these applications are being deployed on a real time on various hardwares. So this is where you can see that it is being deployed on what is called as a uh, NVIDIA Jetson Nano. It's able to identify that this is a coffee mug. Okay, so I just showed you with the MATLAB software, but this can be done on various hardware zones. On the right side, you can see that there is something called as TX1, which is a platform from NVIDIA. It is able to identify, say, different objects, and then it can also predict the percentage associated to it. Okay, on a real-time scenario. So like this, there are different boards which are there, which you study in your curriculum, which can help you develop real-time applications on a go. You can see that these are few of the other hardwares also, like on an Android phone also, whatever we just did, you can deploy that and then develop those applications. You can see that these are the real-time results which we are able to get on a multi-platform. Okay, so in when we talk about these being used in various industries, this is one of the example where you can see that in China, in schools, there is a head mount which is being put up on each and every student, and then they are capturing the live data of the student, whether the particular student is listening to the faculty on a real time. Okay, so you can see that you just wear that particular head mount, the person who is listening to you, the person who is not. So parents can visualize the vitals on a real time, how many hours the student is able to listen to you on a real-time scenario. You can see that if there will be certain set of students who would be sleepy or who are not listening to you. Okay, so it can analyze such kind of data on a real time, and then based on that you would be able to predict whether that particular person is able to listen to the faculty or not. Okay, so teachers can take right decisions whenever the classes are going out there. As far as job market is concerned, these are few of the area job market analysis is concerned. It might be in terms of sentiment analysis, video surveillance, and various others. So you can take up the job role of robotic scientist, AI research scientist, AI engineer, machine learning engineer, AI architect. So if I talk about the job salary on an average in US, this is as per the simply learn, you can see that you would able to get somewhere around $92,400 per year. That's the average package. If I talk about AI engineer, that's the package. And when we talk about machine learning engineer, that's the average package which you're able to see. AI architects would get somewhere around 1,45,000 as an year. Okay, so that's one of the things which you can look into where you're not comfortable in coding. So these are few of the things which I just have covered it. We can use perform deep learning without being an expert. You can automate using ground truth labeling, and then you can deploy it on various hardwares of your choice. Okay, so before we wind up, let me just show you one small demo. You can see here, this is called as a ground truth labeler. What I'll be just doing is that observe what I'll do now. Can just drag. So I'm just creating a role. You can see that I've done that. Can just increase the width of the role. I can right click on it and then just say add road center. I'll just turn the road a bit. So what I'll do is that whatever ADAS application which you just saw, I'll just try to replicate that. I'll increase the width by 8. What I'll do is that I'll just add a big car. You can add bicycle, whatever you want. I'll just place the car here. Okay, so you can see that the car has been placed. I'll just say add forward waypoints. So I'll just go on adding the forward points now. So computer vision based ADAS applications, how they are developed, I'm just covering that. Okay, I'll just add one more person, let's say pedestrian. I'll place him here. Okay, so that you can understand. And then I can place a camera here. Okay, you can place lidars, radars, or various other things. Okay, and then I can just say add a radar. Okay, so you can see that it's able to give me things on a real time. I can just say run. So you can see that that's the pedestrian which I had placed. Okay, so that's the car which is able to move on a real-time scenario. Okay, and then I can visualize this on a 3D. Okay, so you can place radars or you can make that pedestrian to cross the road. All such kind of things on a real-time scenario, you would be able to do that. Okay, so like this, we have different things which are there in the curriculum, which you can use in, and then based on those particular things, now you can see that you are able to visualize that on a 3-dimension. Okay. Okay, so this is the same car which we just parked it. Okay, so you would be able to visualize that on a real time. Let me just use tab. Okay, and observe what I will do. I'll just go back to start. It has come. I'll click on this now. So observe. So this is the same algorithm. Okay, we put a lot of radars on it. So you can see that it is able to identify the pedestrian. It takes a right turn there. Okay, and then based on that particular right turn, it is able to move across. Okay, so these are few of the things as an AI engineer you have to study and use it in your curriculum, which would help you to get placed. Okay, so having said so, I had few more demos, but for the time being, I would just point out if you have the right skill, you will end up in the right job. Okay, so thank you. Just this is my contact details. And then you have the admission team and directly reach out to them. If you have any queries in whatever session which I just did today, you can just write to me. And then if you want one more computer vision demo, if you are interested, I can just go ahead and show it, or else I'll wind up for the day. Thank you, sir. Over
Thank
to
you
sir.
so much, sir. Dr. Pramod Kumar Naik, it was really wonderful listening to you. Real-time demos made every student to understand artificial intelligence. It was a great listening to you. Sir, meanwhile, there is a question from the student in a Q&A box.
Yes, sir.
A student asked about MATLAB, basic understanding. Nowadays, companies are not using MATLAB. Which company uses MATLAB as their project? Can you throw on light on it, sir?
Yes, sir. Sir, to be very specific, before I joined Dayanand Sagar University, I was working with Shell India Private Limited, Bangalore, and I was taking care of MathWorks products in India. So basically, Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. You talk about DRDO labs, they use MATLAB. You talk about KPIT, Continental. You talk about Robot Bosch. So these are few of the companies who are extensively using MATLAB for their product. Yes, Python is also an alternative, but there are various toolboxes which these companies are using in. And then say I talk about say Continental, if I talk about say Great Wall Motors. So these are companies which are only in Bangalore, and various DRDO labs also. They're extensively using MATLAB. So that's the reason we have procured MATLAB. And then we are able to place our students in those companies who are being certified, MATLAB professionals. Based on that, we are able to get those particular jobs. Which companies use? I think I've just specified the companies' names also. So these are few of the companies only in Bangalore. So Robot Bosch, first thing, Continental, KPIT. Then we have Great Wall Motors. These are the top automotive companies who are using it. And then as far as job roles are concerned, the job role would be model-based design engineer, embedded engineers. So these are few of the things where companies are extensively using it. If I talk about government sectors, we have all the DRDO labs who are extensively using it. And every year, you can see that only from the education sector, we have somewhere around 4 CR to 10 CR revenue, which is being generated by these companies by just selling the licenses. So the same seed, if I talk about companies, they are extensively using MATLAB because, you can just check the portal of MATLAB for the overall turnover.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really wonderful listening to you. And you have very clearly mentioned the opportunities in artificial intelligence and machine learning. And all students got good knowledge about AI, and choosing AI as their career in BTech would be very easy for them now after your session, sir. Thank you so much. With this, I request our Assistant Director Admission, Mr. Manoj Kumar Jena, to speak few words to the students.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody, and especially the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and Dr. Uday Reddy and Dr. Pramod, who has spent their valuable time and given the valuable information to our students. And the students who are aspiring for the engineering career, I hope they must got the very, very valuable information. And Dr. Pramod has given very clear information practically, and which will be very, very, very informative. And I think student must got the information about the artificial intelligence, how it is working in a various sector and various different sector of organizations, how it will be working, and all this practical experience exposure he has given to the student. It is not sufficient. Even I am telling that student, if you can, whenever you are getting the time, you can please visit to the campus, and which is Aravali Kanakpura, our Dayanand Sagar University campus. You can meet Dr. Pramod and Dr. Uday Reddy, who is the Dean of the School of Engineering, and you can get more information, and you can personally meet them, and you can talk whatever you have the query. And these kind of webinars we are conducting, which will be informative session for the student. Students can get the information so that they can decide their career. This is the right time. The students who are waiting for the KCET result also, they may get this information so that they can decide whichever the career they can choose and how they can proceed about that. And Dayanand Sagar University, not only accepting the CET, even also we are accepting the DSAT exam. Through DSAT exam also you can come. Last DSAT exam is on 8th and 9th June. Any student who are not written our entrance exam, they can take a chance. This is the last phase for the DSAT exam. And student who are coming through CET, the fees will be lowest one, and because it is a purely government allotment. And so if you are coming through our DSAT, definitely you are saving around 75,000 to 1 lakh every year. You are saving the money, and student can get the world class opportunity, where because the campus is 140-acre campus, where the lab infrastructure, classroom, it is a world class classroom. We have developed for the students. And even if you can see the library facility, the digital library, all these facilities are there. Sports, you talk about the sports or any extracurricular activities, everything it is available inside the campus. So my suggestion always to the student, before taking the decision, at least once you can visit our campus, meet our professor, meet our dean, and you can get the more valuable information so that you can decide your career. And these are the CET code we have mentioned. The student who are interested, like waiting for the result, when you will apply, this code will be useful for you. Please note down the CET code for BTech and Comet K. Those are already Comet K result is out. And Comet K is for the, we are not taking Comet K for the this one for computer science, but other program you can come through Comet K. And Unigurd score also we are accepting those students who are written the Unigurd. Today we are given the chance for the Unigurd student who are registered for our DSAT exam. Today we are giving the chance to write the DSAT exam. So this will be helpful, means whatever is possible from Dayanand Sagar side, and we are doing our level best to the help the students and parents. And if you are looking for the direct admission also open, but certain courses already we have filled, like you can get the detailed information from the counselor, which are the codes already, say what are the seats are available and what are the vacancy are there. So accordingly, you can proceed for the admission. And if you want to know more detail, you can call us 080-4646-1800, or you can visit our website www.dsu.edu.in. So this is our information. And we are time to time we are going to do this kind of webinars, which will be helpful for the student. Please just stay tuned with us. And Mr. Bagley, it is over to you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving an information on admission procedure and our webinar details. And we are really thankful to you, Mr. Manoj Kumar Jaina. Sir, with this couple of questions more from the students, Dr. Pramod Naik. Sir, if supposing a student want to choose computer science, whether choosing computer science is a broader perspective of a career, or a student choosing A and ML may be narrowing his career prospect. Student have many doubt choosing CSE or choosing A and ML. Out of these two, which would be the better one?
Sir, CSE is the core branch, but if you want specialized in specific area and then you want to take up a job role as an AI ML engineer, which we are focusing in today's webinar, yes, that's one of the domain, or says your engineering branch which you have to pick in. So if it is CS, you talk about other job roles. The job market will be wide. Okay, but when you talk about AI, yes, you'll be getting trained on a specific technology, which will be there up there for another 50 to 60 years. So down the line. Okay, so only thing is you have to take up the right, course, okay, where there are facilities available. I was showcasing some of the softwares, right? So some of the lab facilities which are there. Okay, so when you're picking up the college, so that's one of the things which you have to look into. That's the reason I just showcased you with the software. Okay, so most of the colleges in Karnataka don't have that. Those facilities and the labs play a vital role whenever you're picking up the right college. Okay, so that's one of the things you have to look at.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really great. And as you rightly said, Sir, Dayanand Sagar University is having a right lab facility and great faculties with industry and academic experience. With this, I thank all the participants who attended the webinar. I am really thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Amit R. Bhatt, and Honorable Dean, School of Engineering, also the Professor, Dr. Pramod Naik, and I am really thankful to our Chief Marketing Officer, Mr. Deepak Khaloki, and our Assistant Director Admissions, Mr. Manoj Kumar Jaina. I would request if you have any queries, as our Assistant Director said, contact the given numbers. We are always available here to address your queries. With this, thank you one and all. Please, any query, log into www.dsu.edu.in. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to the School of Engineering at Dayanand Sagar University, main campus, Harohaldi, Kanakpura Road, Bangalore. A place that values research, innovation, and creativity. Our industry-aligned curriculum offers a blend of theoretical knowledge, practical experience, academic projects, and internships for a rewarding career in engineering. With an interdisciplinary approach, you can explore your interests by selecting open electives. The on-campus innovation labs, led by professors of practice, provide immersive learning and expertise to find the best solutions to real industry problems and give a different dimension to the students' mini and major academic projects. Our Center for Entrepreneurship supports startup opportunities and provides a perfect platform to launch your next big idea into successful ventures. We also prepare you for advanced studies in the latest futuristic technologies. Our BTech programs offer the perfect combination of academic rigor and functional experience in this ever-evolving technological landscape of the future. Experience a whole new world of academic excellence in a global environment. Dayanand Sagar University. Live the dream.